Listen, as everybody gets older, guess what? You guys got a target on your back. You know, when we talk about predators, they're always looking for the easier target. And as we get older, we get a little bit more frail, even if we work on out or whatever. And guess what? You're gonna be seen as a target. So here are 6 ways in order to keep yourself safe from robbers, whether you guys are at home or out. Hang with me. The first thing we want to do is make sure that we travel in groups. Listen, this is something that I even tell my younger students as well, but it goes just as much for people who are in their 60s and 70s. If you guys are out traveling, whether you guys are traveling on a trip or even just running errands, there are strength in numbers. If you guys can travel with at least one person or even more, you're going to be less of a target. Think about it. When predators want to attack somebody, they want an easy target. They want one easy target, not a group of people. So when you guys are out, if you guys can travel with a couple kind of friends, family members or whatever, it's only going to help you out and once again make you less of a target. The second way that we can keep ourselves safe from robbers is to make sure that we have some sort of a weapon. And I understand everybody's gonna have their pros and cons, gonna have their likes and dislikes, but I would highly encourage you guys to find some sort of a weapon. All that means is not just finding a weapon, but also get training in a weapon. Why? Well, because that's gonna create an equalizer, because we have to assume that somebody who's attacking us is always gonna be that bigger and stronger opponent. The third line of defense that we have is our awareness. Now, when we talk about awareness, I understand it's a very vague term, it's a very, very broad term, but what we want to make sure that we do is that we have the availability of just being aware of our surroundings. All that means is that whether we're out on a trip, maybe out to dinner, even if we're just kind of traveling around or walking around our neighborhood, we're aware of what is going on. You know, when we get familiar with things and we get in the exact same kind of routine, I'll talk about that here in a second, but we get in our same kind of routine, guess what goes down? Well, it's our awareness. Therefore, we don't kind of, notice things that we may have noticed if we're in a new location. So whether we're out running errands, on a trip, maybe on a walk just with one of our loved ones, be aware. Don't have your head buried in the phone. Be up and around looking not only at people, but also always looking for exits, always looking for improvised weapons, and also anybody else that could even help us if something happens to go down. The fourth thing we want to pay attention to is our schedules and routines. Listen, humans are creatures of habit, and obviously as we get older, guess what? We become even more creatures of habits. We do the same thing on the exact same day at the exact same time every single time we do whatever we're doing, right? Whether it's running errands, getting our mail, going out with friends, going to dinner at our favorite spot on the same exact day, on the exact same time, every single week. All I would encourage you to do is, whether we're traveling or even staying at home, vary up your routines from time to time. We want to make it very, very hard for predators to seek us out and get to know what our habits are. Think about it. If they know our habits, they're going to know when to attack. They're going to know when our house is empty. They're going to know when they can go ahead and get around our neighborhood, go to our house, get in our driveway, because they know we're going to walk out to our car each and every single time to go to that certain cafe that we like to go to with our loved one. So vary up your routines and schedules. That's how you're going to be able to stay proactive. The fifth thing is actually 3 in 1. It is our locks, alarms, and cameras. Now listen, what I always did is I kind of got into the habit of just always leaving my doors unlocked, whether I was driving, whether I was at home, and I just kind of always had the mindset, hey listen, if someone's going to attack me, I have the skills to defend myself. If someone dares break into my house, I have a full set of weaponry in order to protect myself. But what I want to do is create that extra barrier. Use the locks if you have them. Make sure your doors are locked on a regular basis. Second thing we can do is make sure that we have an alarm system. Now, whether you guys want to go out to a big company and hire that out, or just have a simple alarm system, anything you can do that can create an extra barrier that a predator has to overcome is only going to serve you. Last but not least, having some sort of a camera system. Once again, it doesn't have to be one of those expensive ones, but especially something that has motion sensitivity, where it can guard your back door or even the side of your house that no one should regularly be on. But if someone goes walking through that side of your house in order to get to your back door, it's going to alert you, especially on your cell phone. That means we can handle things proactively. We're just simply aware of things before they actually happen. So pay attention to those 3 things. Use your locks, have an alarm system, and put up cameras when you can. The sixth and last thing that I want to talk about is have a pet. Now listen, I have nothing against cats, but I'm definitely more of a dog person, and I would suggest that if you want an extra barrier between you and predators, you and robbers, it comes down to making sure that you have a dog on site. I'm not talking that you have to get a 110-pound Rottweiler. I have two very, very small dogs under 15 pounds, but what I love about them is that they go ahead, they make noise, and they alert me to everything. I don't care if someone's walking out in the sidewalk in front of my house, or if a leaf is falling in the backyard, they're gonna let me know about it. It's just an extra set of eyes and ears that can keep me safe, whether I'm at home or whether I'm away. I mean, think about it. If someone's casing out our home, they go up and they knock on the door, they hear dogs barking in the back. They don't know what size they are, but they know they would have to deal with the dogs if by chance they want to enter into my home. So pets are just a great little extra way to go ahead and give yourself some extra security. Now, if you want some more information on how to stay personally safe, go ahead and check the description below. You're going to find some links for some great self-defense programs.